Hi there, this is Stephen O'Hara with the Better Software Company. In this video, I will be showing you how to add new events to your BPro calendar. First, you will need to open up your calendar by clicking on the Home menu and then click Calendar. Once the calendar is open, you'll see here in the top right corner of the page a little plus sign button. This is always in view, okay? So regardless of whether you're looking at the day, week, or month, this button will always be accessible. Okay, when you give that button a click, the system will prompt you to create either an interaction event or a personal event in the calendar. We do intend to give you an option here in time when this calendar is integrated into the order process. We'd love for you to be able to just create a job event from your calendar as well, and create the job even. But for now, the interaction events are very helpful. Previously, you were only able to create interactions from a customer or lead profile or from the event list, which exists under the home menu. Personal events were limited to actually only being added under the event list, so a lot more flexibility there now for you as well. Interactions are great for um, really managing some of your touch points or follow-ups with customers or leads. Okay, so you can set those tasks in the calendar, and that helps ensure that they're not missed, of course, right? A lot of people work off their calendar, and of course, very visually speaking, seeing those events in there will be very beneficial. Personal events are great for really blocking off time for things like doctor or dentist appointments, maybe. Um, Even booking staff off if they're on vacation for certain days, then you can create a personal event, assign it to that user for the day, and that way you'll know not to book anything else for that individual. And you can add notes and all kinds of good stuff. So let's pick the interaction event here to start. Okay, so first off, again, for an interaction, you must have either a customer or lead attached to it. So I'll just type in a client here. There we go. Okay, and then I can pick call or meeting. I can name the interaction if I want to give it a bit of a title, set my date, set my time. If I like, I can even just use the duration here to give it a bit of a sense of how long that call might take. Okay. Within the customer profile, you can actually assign the interaction. You can drill down a little bit further and you could pick a specific contact that exists within that client record. You could do the same thing with phone numbers. Any number of phone numbers that are attached to that profile will be selectable on this list. So it gives you the ability to assign that interaction task very specifically to the right contact and the right phone number within that profile, because there is a potential for there to be multiple, of course. Any notes you'd like to add to that interaction to provide any details or direction, that's certainly a good reference. And then you can also assign to any of the staff/users that exist within your system. Okay, so I will assign this one to Deep, and then I will hit save. Okay, so I guess that was using present date here. Yes, it was. So there's the interaction event I just created for my call. Okay, personal events, same exact idea. We give that a click. We can give the appointment a name for the personal event. So it might be Steve booked the day off, or Steve's on had an appointment or something like that. Set your date, start time, pick your duration. If you pick the duration, it will automatically adjust the appropriate end time. Another thing for me to actually point out here for you on the event forms is that should you need to actually put in a very specific time, so our time selections go in 15-minute increments. Let's say I want the start time to be 2:12 p.m. and I can set that in place, and that adjusts the end time accordingly with a duration of 1 hour. With personal events, you have the ability to assign them to your assets, so either your teams, trucks, whatever you call those bookable assets in your BPro calendar. So that might be very helpful. Let's say if it is trucks, if say a truck's in the shop for the day getting work done, you might want to book it off with personal events so that we know, or you know, not to assign any jobs to it for that day or that period. Same thing with users. You can assign to specific users. You can pick multiple people, so it makes it easy. So if you have multiple people related to that event, you don't have to go create two events in order to capture that. Any special notes, you can pop them in there as well, and then just hit save. All right. The next way to add events to the calendar is very easy as well. So um, you can do this within day view, week view, and even month view. Okay, so right now we're looking at the week. I can simply click my mouse, hold the button, and drag my mouse over the window of time that I'd like to create an event for. When I let go, I'll be prompted then to choose, is this going to be a personal event or an interaction event? So our hope here really is that by integrating these into the calendar that you'll be able to start, gaining more value out of these features, personal events and interaction events. They're very quite handy. Um, so that's pretty simple. Even if you just do a small block, you'll get the same responsiveness. When I click into a day itself, I get the same ability, but now, of course, based on my view, I can actually drag that event into a certain truck or team. Okay. Interactions don't have the ability to be assigned to trucks. That's why you're not seeing interaction up here as an option. But if I toggle my view to view by user, now I can create a personal or interaction event by the same way. Okay, and you'll see the same option actually under view all as well. Okay, so just click, hold your mouse, drag over the period, and away you go. Now that will auto-populate the team, or not the team, sorry, depending on what you're dragging into, right? So if I'm dragging into John here, and I click, say, create personal event, John's already selected as the user. Okay, and I could even assign other people from here, and my time that I picked is already populated as well. So dragging into the calendar um, can make it a little, I'd say significantly easier, certainly in reducing your tendency to have to click or make any further adjustments after the fact. Okay, so just review the details and then click save. Okay, now on month view, bit more limited because we have limited space, of course, to display on these blocks. But if I just simply click onto a certain day, I'll right away get the option to add that personal or interaction event. So it's extremely user friendly. Okay, so just give it a click anywhere on that block and you'll be prompted. Okay, so that's how easy it is to add new interaction or personal events to your new BPro calendar. If you have any questions about this function, please feel free to chat in, and we'll provide you the appropriate direction. Thanks again so much for joining me today. I'll catch you next time. Thank you. Take care.